Yo, hi, Sly in the future, like the morning after recording all this and rendering all this. I'm just here to say I need to re-render this video because I need to add a disclaimer. About like half the things shown in this video are either to be changed or to be fixed because there's problems with it, or whatever. And so whenever you see a little red omega sign on the screen, like the primordial logo, in the bottom corner, it means that the specific thing I'm showing off is to be changed, and I will add text to elaborate. So there you go, just to remove any confusion, because something tells me that you're going to get a patch for this port pretty soon. I thought I was done making changelog videos, because, hey, there was beta patch 1.3.0, and then there was full release, and I thought, okay, I don't need to make any more patch note videos. Psych! They kind of ported the entire map to 1.20. You see, before it was stuck on 1.17.1, but they ported it to 1.20.1, which is a large update, huh? So as you can see, there's, cherry, and there's bamboo, and there's mangrove, right? There's all this new stuff. All this 1.20 or 1.19 stuff. I don't even know where they had mangrove, honestly. I think it was 1.19. I don't know. I'm in sod, actually, because you can see some of the trees around sod are now cherry trees with cherry leaves. Some of the trees out there in the distance, though, they are still wool and acacia. They didn't replace every tree, just the ones around sod, which is fair enough. I mean, it would probably be a lot of effort to literally replace every single tree in sod with a cherry one. That just doesn't sound fun, no matter which way you spin it. Anyways, now into the stuff that they actually kind of add in terms of, like, actual content. Chests. I have chests set up of stuff. This first chest, at least, actually these two chests, are about retextures. They retextured a large swath of the items in the map, including legendaries and relics. So here is every retexture that I could notice. Maybe there's other ones besides these, but these are the ones that I can notice. Some of them are quite, what's the right word? They're not very noticeable. Like, for example, really all the ones I'm playing right now are just really not very noticeable. Like, Masayoshi, its hilt's got a little bit blue. Flamer got like a leather strap on its handle. Frostwing, handle got blue. Pure Corruption, the chainmail at the bottom got smoother. Volvolon, it's kind of reshaped and that orange wasn't there. Parenchyma got slightly recolored, that red part wasn't there. Penumbra, I think they slightly changed the shape. It's probably like the least noticeable change. Pestering Slides added some green. Mage Step slightly reshaped it. Like, all the armor ones are just very, like, not noticeable, but some of the other ones here are more noticeable, like Peace Treaty, or Osteo, or Orchidacia. Really all the ones I didn't pull out immediately. The Peace Treaty now has a ribbon going along the entire spear. It still looks stupid to hold. You're still holding the fucking flag instead of the actual handle. I don't know why they never changed this, to be honest. Like, it looks fine when I hold it like this. When I hold it like this, it should be rotated to where I'm actually holding the weapon instead of just the ribbon, because this doesn't make sense. Osteo got an actually badass reshape. It looks pretty cool now. Orchidacia, probably my favorite change. It looks more like a flower now with like actual individual petals. This is probably my least favorite change. They just kind of make it look like ugly. Like added moss to it, made the hammer part smaller. I'm honestly not a fan of this one. I prefer the old Hobbit hammer. And Proxigia, like, hold on, let me just look up a trident. It is different. It is very fucking slightly different, but it's the same model anyway, so who cares? On Thundercrux, they made, like, the stripes go down further. For Stasis Bolt, they just made it a little bit bigger. They slightly changed the purple on Ultimate Bowblade. It used to be just like one stripe going down the entire thing. Now there's multiple stripes. going the opposite direction. Interceptor has a reshape to it. It is still the worst fucking weapon in the game, though. Hard X actually looks... I like the flower. This is a good one. I like the flower. And the shape is more interesting now. This is a good change. And then Elder Mead. I honestly don't use Elder Mead. I probably should. I know it's good. I just don't use it. I should. And hey, this is kind of it's a cool change. I like how it's more bulbous. Relics. Spread of Anguish did not get changed. I'm only showing Spread of Anguish here to say that when you get Spread of Anguish, at the same time you also get a smithing template. Because you need those now. We're in 1.20. Now, anyways, other than that, the ones I actually got retextured are Arachne, Rid of Authority, which, by the way, you also get a Coast Armor Trim at the same time, Artabrand, Crysac, Mirror of Entropy, Resplendent, and Mortality. I'm pretty sure all these except for the Mirror are now animated. Some of them look better than others. Rid of Authority has a cool animation, but just kind of looks like a sperm sack. Artabrand, I just think, is a downgrade. This is messy. I prefer Artabrand when it's not animated. Fire Stack, on the other hand, actually, I prefer it animated. I like the cool snowflakes on it. Resplendent's probably my favorite. I really like the pinwheel going on there. I'm not sure what the fuck that tweaking pedal is on the other side, though. Mortality, I'm pretty sure is just like, yeah, just like fades in and out, like being red and black, which is subtle, so it's not bad. And then the mirror, it just got reshaped. It did not get a animation to it, and I'm too lazy to check if any of the other mirrors did. Moving on, smithing template, or I think they're called armor trims. No, it's called a smithing template, but then it's an armor trim. It's a smithing template, armor trim, whatever you want to call it. So they added new textures for all of these. These are not like the default textures for the trims. There's also, of course, a gay one and a transgender one, because why not? Now, how you get these, I can actually show this off because I'm in a town. The runic blacksmiths, the one that sell you like the special armor sets, they'll now additionally sell smithing templates. This one in Sod sells the Sentry one. I guess it's supposed to be a Lapis, which makes sense with the Lazulite set. I don't know specifically where all of them are. By the colors, you might be able to guess some of these. Like, I'm guessing the Wayfinder is in Tharzak City or Fort Namaj because of, like, coal, or I'm guessing Wild is in Raveloth because it's red. I honestly don't know. Don't quote me on any of this. If this ends up being wrong. But yeah, pretty much every single time City will now have the Runic Blacksmith selling you armor trims. Although I do know where these two are. I scouted these out. The Rib one is in Dusps. That's the gay flag one. And the Dune one, the transgender flag one, that one is in Braviel. Literally right at the beginning of the game. So there you go, that's pretty cool. Now, the problem here that I can show off is that it's not really a problem, it's just a nitpick. If you actually try to apply this, it's just a normal trim. It's not going to actually put a trans flag or a gay flag on your armor. It's just what the normal trim is, which is slightly disappointing, because it's like, it would have been cool, but at the same time, who cares? Who cares, dude? Armor trims are still cool nonetheless. This is just funny. Okay, now I'm actually looking at the patch notes to see, like, what else to include in this video. I'm not going to go over bug fixes. We'll go over one, actually. So, Oblivion. Kind of the bane of the coder's existence. The thing with Oblivion is that, like before, you know what it does. It picks things up. That's what it does. Let me just spawn like a pig / summon pig, right? It picks things up. And before, you could just do this and just put it into the ground and it would just suffocate the ground. Now you can't. Now there's actually checks for that. You cannot put things into the ground. They will basically be stuck to walls or the ground, whatever. You cannot put things in the ground to Oblivion anymore. That is a nerf, to be fair. Before, you could just, like, fucking pick up the executive unit and just put it into the wall of the foundry and just not need to worry about it until it teleports back. So it was pretty strong. So this is... It did take a hit to Oblivion's viability, but honestly, I don't think that was ever intentional to put mobs into the ground. So it's probably a healthy change, let's be honest here. Alright, shoot, one thing I forgot to mention. If you are wondering how you get templates, the upgrade templates, I don't know if there's another place to find them, but the place that I personally found them is in Naharia. If you go to the Runic Blacksmith in Naharia, they will sell both the Spire armor trim and Celestial upgrade templates. So let's say you get those. It costs 4 Runic Catalyst. That's expensive, what the fuck? Now you need a Runic Catalyst to get Celestial armor? Fuck you, devs. While I'm here, actually, I'm gonna show off an absolute fucking W of a change. Back in the beta patch, they removed Bernice, the Vernice, we call her Bernice around here. They removed her from the pond here, and made her just only in Challenger's Grotto until you beat her. Now she's back. This is a huge W to like the 3 people that actually care about Bernice being in this lake. Is she trying to fucking kill? Like, fuck off. The patch notes just said Osine has more drip now. What? I saw like most of the patch notes except for this one that says Osine has new drip. What does that mean? Let's go see. While I'm here, I'm also taking the opportunity to show off another change with projectile protection. So basically, now custom projectiles, because before what they were doing with like custom damage is like they had their own system for it instead of using slash damage, because slash damage doesn't exist in 1.17, but now it does in 1.20. So they're using slash damage, and the good thing about that is that they can actually make projectiles, like custom projectiles, do projectile damage. So projectile protection should actually work against custom projectiles. So what's this new drip? Oh, does he have a... Oh, okay, it's an armor trim. That's what it is, right, got you. Ow! I was fucking what while fighting? Excuse me? Hold on. That's not part of the changelog. What the fuck you mean I was bifurcated by holy moonlight while fighting Skull Disciple? Holy moonlight? You mean like ascendance? What the fuck? That's not in the changelogs. That's in the changelogs about holy fucking moonlight. I think that the custom death messages might be broken. Because the fuck you mean I was whatever bifurcated? I don't know what that word means. I also don't know what damage type his skulls do. I would assume projectile damage. Let me just stand still. It's one-shotting me, what the fuck? That should not be one-shot. I feel like this isn't working correctly. It shouldn't be one-shotting me when I have projectile protection. It's a custom projectile attack when I'm specifically told that projectile protection should now work against custom projectile. I think it's bugged. I think that there might be some problems. I'm not gonna lie. Devs, what the fuck? You're making my job harder. Anyways, ending things off with probably the stupidest change. Angels are now rotated 90 degrees. This is actually in the patch notes, which means it might actually be an intended feature. And I'll be the first to say, it looks fucking stupid.